Hello everybody, my name is Maggie and today we're going to complete a file, one of the exercises for digital marketers that I develop for the digital specialists or those who want to feel fluent in English, specifically for MarTech use. And as a non-native English speaker, I understand how important it is to have, specific kinds of exercises, not to waste too much time. And especially if you have busy days in work or studies or something. So these files are focused on particular topics, and it usually takes around 15 minutes per day to actually complete it. That it doesn't really take that much of your time, but at the same time, this is something that helps you on your way towards the fluency in the professional domain related to marketing technologies. And today we're going to talk about personalization in MarTech, which is like the fundamental, let's call that, part of marketing technologies and customer-centric marketing nowadays. And we will begin with the overview of the file. And here we have the theoretical part, and we also have certain exercises. And I recommend you to pause the video, complete the exercise beforehand, and then complete and come back to me to check something or maybe revise what you've completed, all that kind of stuff, for you to have more comprehensive understanding of these exercises and of your new words. Maybe it's something that you actually learned. So let's have an overview of the file. So we have theoretical information here, certain definitions, categorizations, which helps you understand basic approaches in personalization in MarTech. Also, I have online open lectures based on this topic. You can check it out in my YouTube channel, and also I have the blog post, which is the same but in written form. So we have set of exercises. So first about filling the blank, then true or false statement, matching definition and terms, a short quiz, and also we have answer key here to check whether anything is correct or something needs to be revised once again. Also, here is the link to the feedback form, which you can fill in, or maybe you have some certain questions, suggestions, or something like that. It would be really nice. And maybe if you are willing to, suggest some kind of topic or maybe field, and this is also something that can be interesting, maybe I will think of exercises for you to practice that. Also, you can join MarTalks. These are online conversations, open, free discussion meetings, where we meet like-minded people in small groups, and use our vocabulary for you to feel even better, fluent and confident in your everyday conversations in real life, in your business work. And also there's possibility to work with me individually to improve spoken English for business purposes, and also discuss MarTech career. And also you can check out the MarTech guide, which I created based on 12 years of my experience in this field. And without further ado, let's begin. So I'm not going to cover theoretical part, because for that we have online lecture, we have text here, also blog post and everything. We're going to go directly to the exercises. So exercise number 1. We're going to fill in the blanks, and the terms that we have are the following: mass, data, interest, demographics, and segment level. So what do we have here? Personalization uses customers something to target and retarget them. So basically we can say here that in the first one we use B, data, because customer data is the fundamental part of personalization and generally MarTech in general. As a broader term, without customer data nothing actually works. In something, personalization, all customers receive the same message. Here we can say that based on the granularity, personalization differs. right? And when I talk about the unified, the same like broad message, not really tailored to any kind of behavioral patterns or target group, we can say that in here we have mass personalization. Marketers use something like age and gender to personalize messages. So we can say that age and gender usually they relate to the demographics, and hence we have D. Personalization targets groups with similar preferences. So here we can say that we're talking about segments, because interests and because preferences and all that kind of stuff, they help to identify the segment, and hence we can say that we're talking about segment level personalization here, because it's not mass, because there is no unified message, and we're talking about particular segments. Good personalization focuses on individual customer interests, because we can define something that would be interesting for the customer, and hence personalization will work better when it takes into consideration the interest of the end recipient of the message or recommendation or whatever. Moving on, we have statements. We have several statements, and with these statements we're going to identify whether they're true or whether they're false. So mass personalization offers different message to every individual, which is clearly false. We just discussed that, because mass personalization is for mass messaging, not really tailored to anything. Push personalization requires the customers to take action first. So here we can say that it's false, because we're talking about pull personalization. 3. Hybrid recommendation systems use only the customer's past data. Well, here we can say that it's false, because it uses different types of data to actually work in the hybrid recommendations, because it has its own database and behavioral patterns and all that kind of stuff, and segment-based predictions and everything like this. Segment-level personalization uses groups with similar behaviors. Basically, here it's true, because we just discussed it. There could be different types of demographics with similar types of approaches and preferences. Personalization can improve both short-term and long-term marketing results, which is clearly true. Customer engagement, the recall of the brand and everything, this is what personalization is actually focused on. Exercise number 3. Let's match the term to its definition. Pull, push, passive. So pull. Let's start with definitions. Shows personalized content based on customer actions, but it doesn't send it automatically. So we're talking about passive personalization. Personalized content delivered upon a customer's request. So basically here we are going to talk about pull personalization. And sends personalized offers or content without being asked, we are talking about push personalization. And yeah, basically here we are. Let's move on, shall we? I think that it's really nice to have different types of understanding of personalization, to actually see their differences and how they actually are used. And exercise 4. Short test. What is the main goal of personalization in marketing? To reduce advertising costs, to reach as many people as possible, to deliver the right content to the right person at the right time, to collect customer emails. So based on the definition, which is there in the theoretical part, we can certainly say that the answer C actually the one that we're going to go for in this particular case. What level of personalization means each customer receives unique offers? So if we're talking about each customer, we are actually talking about C. We're talking about individual level, which is actually not really something that can actually happen, but nevertheless, this is something can exist. Usually, segment level personalization is more, clear and vivid. Which method sends content without the customer asking for it? So here we can say that we're talking about push recommendations, push personalization, as we discussed in two of previous exercises, right? So basically here we can say that it's B. Not pull, not passive, and not mass. For what does collaborative filtering use to make recommendations? Product price, the customer's own past preferences of similar users, vendor goals. So basically here we can say that we're talking about preferences of similar users because it's about collaboration. And the main aspect of this kind of collaboration in recommendations is that people uniquely structured behavioral patterns, and hence this is something that is used for this kind of recommendation. And 5. What type of recommendation system mixes different approaches? Content-based, collaborative, hybrid, passive. So basically we discussed that hybrid is something that actually uses different types of data, and that's why we are going to stick with hybrid here. And that's it for today. We're going to the answer key here and to check whether everything is correct. And also you can see interesting resources or something. And yeah, that's it for today. I really hope it was useful for you. If you have any questions, please let me know. And please share your opinion in the comment section. And don't hesitate to subscribe and check out other types of content if this is something that you are interested in. So good luck with your professional development, and see you in further videos or posts or different types of content, or maybe you're going to join me in some kind of more conversational environment. It's up to you. All right then, bye bye.